Bedlam. Welcome in to Inside the Big 12, everybody. I'm your host, Morgan Uber. This Oklahoma State top 25 matchup in prime time is positioned to be a memorable one. For the Sooners, this is a must-win to get back to the Big 12 championship game after dropping 2 straight to start the season. For the 4-1 Cowboys, bit of a different story. While they can't necessarily clinch a spot this weekend to the Big 12 championship game, it does make their path much clearer. They have 3 games remaining on their schedule after the Sooners: Texas Tech, TCU, and Baylor, all of which who have losing records. Hey, I will say though, anything can happen here in 2020. The Cowboys have to take care of business though first this weekend. Here are 3 things that they have to do against the Sooners. Number 1, plain and simple, win the turnover battle. The Cowboys had 4 costly turnovers in the Texas game, which was their only loss of the season. Quarterback Spencer Sanders must do a great job of protecting the football against this Oklahoma defense. Number 2 on my list, get the ball to the Cowboys' top receiver, Tylan Wallace. This is a no-brainer. Wallace, he has the ability to go up and make tough catches with defenders all over him. Plus, Oklahoma, they have the top rushing defense in the Big 12. The Cowboys running back Chuba Hubbard likely isn't full strength. He left that K-State game early just 2 weeks ago. Third and finally, make the Sooners' redshirt freshman quarterback Spencer Rattler uncomfortable. Through 6 games, this Cowboys defense has 22 sacks. The defensive front needs to continue bringing the pressure with this stout secondary ready for some takeaways. In Rattler's first 3 Big 12 games, he had 5 interceptions. We've seen him be pressured into mistakes before. The Cowboys, even with the best third down defense in the conference, have a big challenge in front of them. Oklahoma is playing some of its best football right now in 2020. The Sooners offense is firing on all cylinders, and it's no coincidence that it came at the same time as the return of running back Rhamondre Stevenson. Stevenson served a 6-game suspension for a failed drug test, which was lifted just ahead of the Texas Tech matchup on October 31st. On Halloween night in Lubbock, the Sooners offense was frightening, putting up 62 points, with Stevenson punching in 3 rushing touchdowns. The following week against Kansas, much of the same story. The Sooners put up another 62 points. Before Stevenson's return, if you take out the 4 overtimes against Texas, Oklahoma was averaging just 35 points a game. The Sooners' run game was struggling. They were averaging less than 4 yards a carry. In the last 2 games, this Oklahoma offense is living up to its expectation of this balanced run-pass attack, thanks in part to the 6-foot, 236-pound running back, Rhamondre Stevenson. He joins me right now in the Big 12 studio. Rhamondre, thanks for joining me. In the first 5 games without you, your offense was averaging just 3.7 yards a carry. How have you, in the past 2 games, averaging nearly 8 yards a carry individually, doubled that production?
I give a lot of credit to my O-line. They've been getting better and better each week, and they're hungry to get better, as well as us in the running back room. I think we're just anxious to get better and better, and I think that's why.
The 5 games that you missed allowed the rest of the running back core to get snaps. TJ Pledger, Marcus Major, and Seth McGowan. How has their in-game experience benefited you?
I think they got their snaps, so it made the whole room a lot better. They got games under their belt, so that makes the whole situation better. I know whenever their number's called, they're ready to go in there and make a play.
As a running back, to go from playing with a senior dual-threat quarterback in Jalen Hurts to now a redshirt freshman pro-style quarterback in Spencer Rattler, how have you had to adjust?
I had to work more on my pass blocking, I think. I had to protect him a lot more. He's a good scrambler as well, but, you know, Jalen gets out of tough situations, as well as Spencer. But I just had to work on my pass blocking a little bit more, I think. And we've been working together since last year. So I was kind of on that B field with him last year. So we had a lot of chemistry, I think. He's a great quarterback, so I didn't really have to worry much, switch my game up a lot. I knew he'd get the job done.
This weekend, you have Oklahoma State. There's been a lot of talk about the Cowboys' highly touted defense. They're number 1 in the Big 12 in terms of defensive efficiency. How has your defense, who's number 1 in rushing defense, helped prepare you for this challenge?
They prepare me well, and the whole offense well every week. We have very competitive periods, so I feel like they got us ready. So I think it'll be fine.
You say that you pride yourself on making the first defender miss, whether it's a juke or breaking the tackle. What's going through your mind as you see that first defender coming toward you?
I'm a bigger back, so like I just think like I have to do it. Like what would people think if they see a guy like me getting tackled by the first guy? I think I wouldn't be a really good back if I didn't make that happen. So I really pride myself on that.
Playing your in-state rival in a top 20 matchup in prime time with college game day coming to town. How unique are the emotions of this game week?
I mean, I think they're deep, but I think we're just going into the week. We got to stay focused. It's just another game, really. So we're just staying focused, doing what we usually do with just a little bit more intensity, I would say.
Rhamondre, thank you so much. Appreciate the time and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Stevenson and the 4-2 Sooners are still in the hunt to play in the Big 12 championship game along with 5 other teams: Oklahoma State, Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas, and West Virginia. On Monday, the Big 12 officially announced that the championship game will be played on Saturday, December 19th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A limited amount of tickets are on sale right now for the public. You can get all of those details on Big12Sports.com. You're going to want to be up bright and early this weekend because the action really begins at 8 a.m. Central with Reese Kirk, the boys, and College Game Day in Norman, Oklahoma. With the postponement of Texas at Kansas to December 12th, now there are just 2 games this weekend. Taking a look here at the full schedule details, the game that we've talked about at length, of course, Oklahoma State at Oklahoma in prime time on ABC. The other game of the day, Kansas State at Iowa State. The Cyclones are looking to build on the program's best conference record. They're 5-1 currently right now. Tune in to Fox at 3 p.m. Central for this matchup. That'll do it for this episode of Inside the Big 12. I will be taking a break next week with the Thanksgiving holiday, wishing all of you and your families a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy all of the football and even some men and women's basketball between now and then. And I'll see all of you the first week in December. Stay well.